Welcome to my game development stream. As always, first I start my development environment, then I play one round of my game, and then I decide what I work on today. To the correct project. Switch. I can play what I want. I see I have test one for everything. So, run dev to start. Wait for a few lines to appear so I know it's ready. And it should be ready. It runs in the browser. It don't care what's new. Localhost for me. I get data, so I start fresh. Okay, I first have to choose a class. Should choose a class. I take sniper. The sides are enemies. If I'm close to them, they attack me. The bar above my head is my HP. If it reaches 0, I die, and if I die, I get a high score based on how far away from the start point I died. So the goal is to get away as far as possible. I get stronger the more enemies I kill. Enemies get stronger the further away I am. So careful not to go too far too fast. The sniper it's easy because I have more range than the enemies, but it will change soon. Now I play until I die or that's it as a short introduction. This boss gives me a skill point. I take stay still. I think for a moment stay still is a bit easy, a bit weaker. See? The next boss should be absolutely no problem. This is Explode is strong gegen many enemies, but I have the big few. Same for Fireline. Well, Fireline is even strong against big, but normally I don't want them to get near me, so after image is, although it's not so easy to hit. I take no speed boss. Again, can only do after image. Slow trip. I'm basically pretty weak now. Or save damage, let's call it. should be slower. Here where I can, I'm sure enemies will through this narrow corridor. Damage is strong, but not good enough. So, 2 good upgrades. I take split shot. Take additional charge. Maybe should have been speed. See how good damage is. It does a lot. Okay, wait a bit for it. I think for the king fight, damage is too bad. Not good enough. This boss should be down here, so it spawns July. Split shot, speed. These guys are pretty dangerous. Oh god, and survived. I take synergy. I have synergy with after images, so I take it. Cooldown reduction. But this is gonna be dangerous. I still have one. Can I? No. Can you stop? Need to wake. Okay. I can. No, this is my death. Okay, barely. Out of speed dinger things, and I should have waited more, I guess. Loaded. Somehow I was out of ammo pretty fast. This was a one. I split shot it the most in the end. So I had the synergy. Everything worked as it should. What do I work on? I still have to think about, I want one more curse. Map modifier. For my swords, poison tiles. Percent damage tiles. I need to think about the boss, which is the basic idea that I cannot kill him again. I have to shrink him to triggering his abilities. So a bit of a boss where you have to find out how to defeat him. I think a bit. Actually, I still feel fine with this idea. Did not write here that cannot be damaged. Okay, write it, but cannot move. Could also be cannot move. Question mark. That's one idea. Maybe can blink. Cannot move. Maybe blink. I can think about abilities later, I guess. Okay, let's continue. I have some bugs I wanted to investigate, but they are hard to determine. So, one thing is, music sheet should be painted after darkness. Because I cannot see the music sheet in the darkness. The idea would be that the musician class has a late paint probably, and the music sheet is painted for him late. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, I will move this up because this is easier to work on, I guess. For the Short King recording, I'm still unsure how to approach, but I probably do once to few attempts to reproduce and to see if it still exists. If I can reproduce it, I need to find out what could be the issue. Maybe I could do a multiplayer and no, for now I need musician. I have normally a paint behind it. Somewhere paintability UI. I think paintability does character, yes. Paintability does paint the music sheet. Okay, correctly, so this is what I need to call some other time again, only for myself. Would I do it in the musician class? Let's find out. In player characters, musician. Oh, I cannot latent paint. He doesn't have any information for painting, so I paint characters. Let's go through paint once. Paint blind. I just remember game paint. Okay, it was not paint. So the music sheet is it affected by zoom? I guess it is. Sheet affected by zoom. Okay. Add modifier late. Oh, this is the one which I basically need to paint player characters again, but I only want to paint ability. Do I want to always paint it the second time? So there's a self late paint or something flag on musician maybe. It's to ability. Could flag this can be used. Self late paint. Something like this and tell the music sheet that this is true. This file 1000, okay. Self-late paint would be true. And I could go to ability paint, probably this in here or so. The objects. No, if it would search differently. It's not used in here. Who calls it? Character paint. And character abilities. So the character. Each time I paint, I should check if this is the only one who calls it. Okay, this also exists, but I don't care. So for one character I paint, I would have is self, is get self or something, get player, get my player. I had something for it. get my character, find my character, okay. Game. This is character, it would be 2. So now check if and the function I need a paint self it paint not undefined, then I would no longer paint it now. Because I skip only for musician. Just verify this is gone, and I would need. I'm confused. What snipe is this gun, isn't it? Or does it have no paint? Actually unsure. No, they are painted. So it looks correct, my assumption. Now I would need to should I register that this ability needs to be painted late? So I would need export function paint character and my character ability late paint my character is late. Character I don't care. I could use the camera position and the game. So I don't have the character in this case. Basically check self if nature character. I don't have a character, I return. It's possible. Else I paint character abilities. I mean, I have a double check, but I don't care. X nature camera position game. I would make a flag late int boolean, which is false by default. Do it here to true, and I would think for a moment. This is self I absolutely don't use, I realize. I need to use it. So f is self. Would mean I didn't paint it for anyone anymore. It's not myself, or if it is myself? This would be false. To think about this. I'd paint too much stuff. I only want to paint, or I don't reuse it. This is the other option, because it's not so much. Okay, first think about late paint. If I am, it's not myself, I don't care for it, so this would be true and I don't need the OR. If this is my own character, I would check. Is this self-late painted? No, so paint, else I skip. And now I would want to paint it again if it's late paint. So is it like this? Late paint is true, I would paint it? No. Only paint late for incorrect. I will for now so I have here my character. I now need to check. Does it has a paint? I no longer need to check for myself. I need to check if this is true. Such checks. I would paint. This is easy to understand, but now having both cases here is making it harder to understand, so I guess I take duplicated code more than one function which can do it all. Removed. So now I should be not painting it still because I don't call it. I have character paint. Or I have my game paint now. TX camera. Okay. Now I should paint musician again. And if I cursor, restart, be immune. Now I see my music sheet over the darkness area. This should be correct and it works. Okay, so think for a moment, but I think this is fine. Have a setup. I wonder if I should explain this more. After darkness, fire. Need for paint. G and I'm used for paint. Music sheet. Okay, maybe this will help in the future. I commit something. Music sheet self paint after use map modifier. It's committed. So first change done. I expect this to be only visual. Now let's do a few tries, see if I can somewhat reproduce the recording problems and the data. I think for a moment I need game state. I do a few things. Okay, this interested. Does this go up? Okay. I can most money goes here, interesting. Let's reset again. Don't want. Well, all can. So I take 1. I will die because cannot have this. Now it's saved. I want the king. It's so I take all stuff. Wait all ones. So first press this, then I take each. Take what I get. Wait stuff once. Done. Skill points. Now king. Copy dice. Short king. I could last replay. So say we play as 1 and maybe if this is already failing. This fails already, interesting. Can I replay this? If I do this as a replay. So this one. I think it's a few thousand lines, the labyrinth should not. How much is it? Ace tiles. 7, 5, 6. 6. Nearly 1,000 lines, which could easily be saved. It's in the state because it's pretty printed. If it's not pretty printed, it's barely anything, so ignore for now. I want to see it has the same result. Let's test replace. Test the same result. An interest, I move it on second place. Test replace. They all die, so there is a difference in replay. I could trigger it, but how can I find the problem? Need to think a lot, I guess. I need for replace to be always the same. Something most likely some randomness fails. How could I have no idea how I could compare, how I would find it out. I could do a different kind of replay. It's not 100% failing. I have no idea how to handle the situation. I need more thinking. So only play which consistently fails. Some combination of classes required. This is something I never do in my test replays. So this is a difference. I also didn't check the log, console log. Something suspicious is in there. If I untest replace, there's a second. Doesn't do anything. Only thing I know I could simplify stuff. Basically, to find out where it goes wrong, I would need to snapshot some data. I can compare it to while it's running. It could be, as an example, the ID counter, the random seed to a certain point in time. Then I would have an idea okay, the idea would be to, when I record, can record with more data. Did I put the record stuff? No, setting, no. I feel like I should have something for it. game init record f record data data is player inputs. I could add more data to it. Think for a moment. Data multiple. Data. So part of player input, I could do extended input data, something like this, which if it's activated, I would have an array of put a random seed put execute is a number and ID counter execute. So these two values I could add. If I want to make it optional, but I think how would I data record data to find a lot. Pass, data pass. Is the save state related? Okay. They use save states, I remember. Copy queue and replay. I copy the data in here. Okay, this goes to my thing. This is how I load now. Do I write data? In commands? Start. I don't put data here. Some initial stuff. Player input. I push data. I'm testing. Now I would need, or if I'm recording, push the data, and if game testing record start player in seed. Is it in data? Yes, it's in data. Extended data. If this is set, I would push ID counter, player. This would be game state ID counter and game state seed. Complaints because the counter is not a number. Back to next ID. So now I would have the values if I initialize this object. I would record it. Now I think this is not correct. This is on push, not an execute, so it's actually incorrect here. Let's think a bit. I'm in command. I have to be sure what this is. Execute command player input. So I am executing a command. I'm unsure if this is the correct place. Because I push player inputs. They're missing something. Okay, I have my game model increased, my game test, and I have my command string, so I can easily find it. I need to go to check how input is executed. So I thought I had an input player. I'm slowly forgetting how I called everything. I don't have Discuss global. Feel blind today. Input has an own file, a folder, because I have touch and controller, I remember. So player action. Isn't this the one where I execute? Pick player inputs. Here's the time. Here is where I execute. Oh, okay, perfect. I execute player action. This has only this one. Here I could now log the data. So I need to close a few things. Was in commands. This is incorrect. This one is incorrect because I probably should copy this whole thing. This here. I am interested in. I'm recording and I do extended input data. I now push the additional data. And this data is saved, but I never compare it. So I would now need to game testing replay. It's replay running. Can it record and replay? Completely unsure. I assume only one should be active. Also then I couldn't take over replays. I'm unsure. Game testing replay data. So if this exists, I should have game testing play replay data. Here I have. Here I'm missing. Why does this not have extended? Record data has extended input data. Did I miss something? X. Does he think this is something else? Play data. Not record data. Here I am. Okay, I misunderstood, I guess. Play data. Play data has its own type because record and replay. I don't remember. Same. Because I omit the execute time. But I cannot override it. So record data is replay data end. And I just tell. No, I did it the other way around. Record data end. The only thing which I change here is. And what is replay assert? Should be changed already. So I guess this is better. because now I just override this and I should be able to access extended input data. And so if I'm interested in this one, if this exists, so extended is this one. If extended, how do I know which can I know which input this is, and I need to compare to. I don't think it's easy. I basically would need to put this data in okay, this does not quite work here. Okay, for now I save this stuff. And when I replay, so if I push, no, this is record, not on recording, on playing. Something is still missing my head. Some replay in the mains, in the game stuff. The end game. Got tick. Get paint. Tick, I guess. Replay inputs, this one is important. I put data. Command client ID execute time, handle command. Data is any. Execute command will be a player input. Player input expect player input data. So I have an extended player input basically. Could do I play extended, something like this, which is an optional, which are my two should make export type record extended information. Like this. I put it here. Is it here too? Doesn't know it yet. No, is it? Now I can edit. It was in game. Here I could check if at replay inputs. I am in a replay. I have data. Play data, replay data, replay data. So here's exclamation mark. Let's use replay data. Make it this way. Yes. Exclamation marks. Do it once, then it's good. So I guess it's fine. My original data. String number, data, any. To think about handle command. I want now to check if play data. I have extended input data. I should have this input counter. Let's to check extended. This one. If this exists, I will data play extended. It's extended. I will edit. Now it will exist. Now on player input, I'm lost again. Here I add the input. Now I edit the additional data. Here I execute it and I edit on recording. Now on replay, I need to check if these values match. If game testing caught more or less and data. Does he use data? No. Something feels off. This is where it's executed. Data does not have any type. It be player input in here? What would happen if I do this? It does not match. So it's not what I guess is here. Something did I do incorrectly? Something here. I wake. Tick player inputs. Input. Only throw in the data. If I only in the data, I cannot check it here. Yeah, I feel like I should then take this away too. It should be at the same code position. So here would be now I record, and if game testing record is active and player input 0 client ID, no. Play extended if this has some data. Const extended data. This I check if extended data ID counter is not game state ID counter next ID. I would call debugger console log next ID is off. Debugger not the counter, the random seed seed. This would be this ID is off. This would random seed is off. Was give information. Now I always record this stuff. No, I never. Because I never activate it. So let's think. I need to activate it when I activate recording. Which happens probably in game restart. Oh, what? Tick and paint. Tick. No, this is already too late. Game model, record data. This one is the one I'm interested in. Game restart. Get the record thingy. I copy and set burn data for you. So here something with record is happening. Let's go through more lines. Endgame. For endgame I don't care, I guess. This is an ignore. I have game model, I have for inputs. I tick player inputs, it's already in stuff, state. Okay, it can only be here. God, I have the data, so something feels strange. Something I do not set permanent data for permanent data, permanent. Okay. Stand. Shouldn't the chord be somehow set up new? I get a restart command. If I'm recording what I'm always doing. Restart is called chord. So there has to be something that I record restarts. Is the first one, I guess. This feels off. Something is. I feel like I'm missing something. But what? It's like not correct in here. Is it game init which does something for recording? Don't see anything on first glance. So something, this was, here's a restart. I push player input. So here's one more I missed. Game testing record data, multiplayer data. Here I that input. Recording, I delete record. What? Okay, if data record input, so it says I should record. So I set up my record data and here I initialize it. This is what I was searching. And now in here I could probably do this one. Is it? No, this is an empty array. Okay. And now I have all stuff. I might have all stuff. I could something like this, short play, and I died. And now can play last one. So now I already have an ID counter off. Maybe the ID counter is fine, I'm not sure. $12.9. So the random seed might be more interesting. So the replay drone doesn't abuse the ID counter. Is it possible? Because now this will probably be happening for each. Not for each, it's like some on each input. I don't change the input I don't have. Okay, but IDs is something I don't think, I guess. For multiplayer I do. Game mode. Okay, it seems take out the ID counter for now. Let's remove it. I should have complaints. I no longer check this and I no longer record it. Now I can restart. Died. Test. I play last one. It doesn't care, and I want to know this is happening. 1, 3, 4. 3, 4. This is the same. For each input I have the value. And if I want test replays, they don't have the stuff, they will not care. I would here, it doesn't happen. Okay, perfect. Now I have activate additional data. It's twisted if I delete all data, start fresh, load sheets, endgame state, I start, I take every single one, I try to take everything I get, I try to get, try to don't have inputs in this time. Cannot input in this time. Interesting. But let's see. Last replay. I replace last one. I already am in the debugger. Interesting. Not even one. 8056. 1053. want to see frame at least. So I start off incorrectly. Is it the button here? I have no idea. Is this in? Now I have the additional data of seats. I reload. Let's replace, and it triggers directly. This is strange. $56, $53. I add one to the seat, I guess, if I call it. So 3, 7, 2, 7, 2, 9. So 3 random numbers more generated already. And someone is responsible. Now, does it happen because I have an endgame state? Is this always happening? Okay, but now I have an indication of the problem. Let's try a bit more. So I go to start, take something, I just go die. I died. I can run test replay, and I have directly... No, the test replay is incorrect. I am not interested in debugger. I have to press this one. Check. I don't. Stop. But now I don't have the last one anymore. I have it. This is no problem. Now I'm confused. The test replay has the problem, but okay, let's do something. I start. So something about this endgame state could be the problem. I do this. Now I do start. Missed one. I just don't take anything. I go to die. I replay last one. I'm directly incorrect. So 2 seats off. Now let's reload. Because I should have the state. Let's just restart. Just some trying out and see if something changes. This works. So it could be based on this cheat button that I do something. So if I now again press the cheat button, create endgame state, the problem is no, this I cannot use. It would definitely break. So I need to restart once, but then I would guess I should be in a fine state again. But I guess it's not the case. Let's go die again. Now I expect... No, now he thinks it's fine. So it's only if I start fresh. Let's have one character death. Or let's... this is the very first round. Could now replay last one. Doesn't matter. Now play last one can already get problems. So now I have a character and HP building. Play last one. This is no problem. Loud sheets. Get endgame state. Again Z. Start and now expect it to be broken. It's not broken. Let's load data. I start with nothing. Didn't do a single one. I create endgame state. Start. I take. Go. Now I expect to get the bug. I think this one. No, also not. It's not consistent. Something feels off. Why not this time? Maybe there is a specific upgrade which causes it? Next try. Wait, in-game state. A bit. Die. Last one. This doesn't fail anymore. Just see. This data should be here. And this time there's no problem. Interesting. Good. Create endgame state, so this creates more stuff. Maybe the likelihood is higher with legendaries. Class building. Oh. So much. I have no idea. It's only able to reproduce it with game state. Was not able to reproduce it once. I reloaded. No, I know that the replay fails from the start. So it has to be part of game init. So game init creates a different amount of random numbers based on what can the state before be responsible, but the state before I mean, it sync for mode. So when I need to think far more, but I'm getting closer, I guess. So working not always resulting in working very good because of multiplayer would be a cause for multiplayer breaking. I think could be the case. Only multiplayer which can some combination of classes required. So currently, what do I know? Now I know the random seed is off by some low value, indicating something is generating random numbers inconsistently. On game init. Because was it the restart input? Have to think. Always incorrect random number from game start. I cannot consistently reproduce it, but the chances are. So let's do a few more tests. That's one thing I want to check again. Don't move, load sheets, create endgame state. We start, I go left, I shoot. Here, and I die. Play last one. Again, run in a problem. Next try. I have state start. It's not kill a few. So this should all not matter. This is again working, but I didn't do anything different in my mind. So sheets, get in state, start, let's go in another direction, should matter. No, play last one. Okay, I can still do it. Again, did not happen. It's interesting that can on hand thing is easy. Don't think it's a loud sheet. Is a loud sheet already responsible? Did I not uncheck and this creates a problem? Okay, next check. I load sheet. I don't unselect this one, this checkbox. Maybe this is causing. No, I uncheck it. No, okay, at least I know something to do with this. Can I not? Is it now? Thing changed? Is it I die? Shouldn't matter. So when it works, it works. it's when I replay it, it's always the same replay. It's only I played it, it was different. So let's do a complete one again. But it's complete. I do. Maybe I need to defeat the boss. So we start, take everything I get. Spend some money, something. Yeah. Don't think I do it in one. I mean, hit him, I guess. So, because it doesn't complain at the start, this is already working. Yes. No. Technically, I think I did the same steps every time. So, cannot be reused. Same steps. So, I think could not be steps. I think I currently have like a 10% probability of triggering it. Let's read all data. Good endgame state. I start. I still think doesn't matter where I am. Still no success. Some presses. Still nothing. So stupid. Being able to reproduce it one or twice and then absolutely no success in reproducing it. I have a few. This feels off. Didn't I restart this time? In 8 after the point. 983. 3216. This is far too off. So I guess I didn't restart. It's far too different. Okay, I failed, I guess. That's right. So just for interest, let's do just it. So I do game state, I don't restart, I just go. Then I see here the money popping up. It was strange. Oh, I died. Let's replay. Yes, it's the same behavior. Okay, I didn't restart. The money is still here. The past characters are missing. It's now in a weird state, which totally makes sense. State, start. No. figure it out. Just one. What could be the difference between each of these? Not really the same steps. I know it's always from the start. I know the idea is wrong there. Now, if I forget to restart after creating in-game states, that there are other weird things happening which were not the case before. So it should always happen on the start if it's something from the one before. Okay, so for the replays which failed, I know that my pets push me in different direction. I don't make it to the end, which is completely explained with an incorrect random seed. So the behavior is explained of the buggy ones I had. The replay one would always replay this. No, it did not always replay the same. Did it? It's a case where it works and the other time it didn't work. But even when I delete the states, there should be no data left. So it random seed is off by some normal 2 and 3. Random game start and be steps. I mean, I'm lucky that I had. Maybe I was lucky that I could reproduce it a few times. Let's move first, then I do this, then I restart. Is this meta? No, that's a maze is generated on game start. Plus 1. But how should I? Maze is generated? No. I do one specific test. Just the very first thing I do. No problem. Second thing I do. Specific. Okay. Just go over each class once and see if there's something. Have had far more problems. If it was so easily reproducible. The first didn't fire, interesting. You know I have a problem. Takes him away. So I cannot die. Okay, so now I send some stuff. I take stuff. I don't have the roll yet. And why can't I die? Let's go in. Why die? The last one. Issues. Okay, I have around 12 minutes left. I still cannot, would need to narrow it down even more. I should probably disable this one for now. Or I should be able to maybe disable it differently. Maybe, no. How did I do this? No, it happened. Thinking, should I commit this in? So I extended data. No, I don't have it. What did I do? So I have to remember. I will never find this again. I want to not commit it, but I want to have it here. So for my local test, I want it to be activated. "11 minutes. Saved a bit. Is it server dependent? No, it doesn't make sense. So I changed something. Let's the data restart. Would it have to do something with the game version? It shouldn't. Oh no, that's incorrect. I want game state. Now I die. I didn't restart, so I'll try. This one. Now it's off again. I have 2224 3249. And so the back part is the same. This is now 5 IDs off. I need to know the player input. Player inputs 0 is data of action, data upgrade. I move and I select sniper. These are my two inputs. Pick player inputs. And these are executed. So I don't have the restart in here. And I'm in on game. It's probably not the initial tick. Game state. Time. Yes, it's because the first input doesn't happen on the first game tick. Which means I should look into my testing. Play. Wait, also record. I have also in recording. Start seed is 2074. And there are about 100 seeds already generated. Now the question is, with a point, so this time it's 5. I cannot, the problem is I cannot guarantee to reproduce it consistently, so taking stuff out and in would not help. Or at least I would need like 100 tries every time to have some certainty. I mean, this time I had a death. So the question is, can I find out where the random IDs went? I don't think so. Well, I can in some sense. I have to console log all random IDs. Every time I get a random seed, I have to console log it. But how should I know? Something which creates 2 to 5 random seeds is responsible. I could also assume something now present in the state is responsible, which is usually not present. So I would need to check each. So let's not break. Let's see. I start new. I'll start this. Something in this state is a problem. Assume the legendary class buildings are always the same. These other buildings should always be the same. The random part here is the characters, past characters. So I could check some. Have a musician. Musicians, I wouldn't not expect that they have so much. Randomness. So sniper maybe. Sniper have a lot of synergy stuff, but would say roll the dice at the start. Only the tamer are. Using random numbers. Early. at least. But why would they start differently? Can I once the random thing is off, it will be off differently if I have timers in. So I have a builder, I have a ball, tamer, sniper, so each class is part of here. It has to be something which uses the random number. So next random. No, this is not the search. This is cheat. Cheat is okay. I should assume they don't matter. Game model. I get the map seed only on the start. Good, a character. This should also happen once, and these are 5 numbers. I have a just random. This is itself. It doesn't happen. Cloud. This is something which is different for each. It shouldn't create a different initial. Random seed. Cast ability. This should not be used. No, it can be used. Autocast. Don't feel like it's cause. Ticking ability shouldn't be the cause. Shooting, I don't see it. DT tower, I don't see it. Music sheet, I don't see it. Music sheet, instrument sign, I don't see it. I mean, chain position. Ability pet painter. Shape. Random start paint position circle. Should also not matter. Don't think the pets do this. I think it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter. 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 And character to pet. I feel like it should matter upgrade. Before the first upgrade shouldn't matter. Boss enemy. Boss were not part. This replay, so it shouldn't matter. Tick ability. Random positions. These are 2. And only if someone is close, shouldn't matter. Random alive player character. Number, I don't know. Tick boss AI. Scott shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter. Clone shouldn't matter. Tamer. Get a boss. Space Enduring character. It feels not. Don't think I will find out about it this way. Means the pets is good. Some culprit, but it should only happen on tick. Okay, I cannot know if it's on game in it, but the first few ticks, would it make sense? I think I should find out differently. Maybe I should come to an end. Next idea. Check code from setting random seed to starting game. So there could be something like that something of my is a different state starting one is. I don't think so. Setting random seed for replay or starting replay to check code from setting. Not quite. From saving from setting and saving. So one problem bi save seed incorrectly in some cases. Maybe something in this direction. Okay, I guess that's it. I pushed. No, I didn't test. I think I have my tests incorrectly. I don't want this one. Did I break anything today? I don't think. On test replays. Musician has a short difference, but only in painting and okay, maybe the speed changes might be interesting because the character paint did change a bit, but it should barely matter for replays where I skip a lot of frames. So guess everything will still work. The first one worked. I could assume that if the king replay failure happened when I introduced map modifier, that I somehow have now an order problem of saving seed or was on some map. Did I have tests with map modifier? Not really. Maybe this can also help. They are a bit harder to trigger or harder, take a bit more time. Last replay should be fast. And big enemies, it's running. It's even pretty fast for today. But this means it's working. I to check. I think this should be in. This should not be in game task. Deactivate error test replay and some tasks updates. Okay, I push. It gets deployed. I have my nodes somewhat updated. Can maybe a few tabs. This might be one important, and okay, so I guess I'm done for today. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye bye.